Hello, members of Congress. I am Kiara Oden, a health educator in the city of Cedar Hill, Texas. I would first like to start off by thanking you for such a great opportunity to bring you information and inquire about a day dedicated to obesity. Not many people that I work with, not many people that work in my field would have such a great opportunity such as this one, so I would like to extend my greatest gratitude. In my day-to-day life, I am one of the many people to educate and bring knowledge about various illnesses to those in my community. One thing that I believe that causes a lot of issues and a lot of people to have preventable health issues is a lack of knowledge. When you don't have the information about how to prevent a disease, and once you're diagnosed with that disease, how to manage it so that you can have a healthier life, you're unable to do those things. So it's my job as an educator, as a health educator, to bring those information, to bring those tips, to bring the necessary things so that those in my community, those who I am around, are able to have a healthy life. Obesity is a problem that has tripled over time over the most recent years. I believe a lot of this attributes to day-to-day stress, not being able to manage that stress, simply overeating because food is available. And on this National Obesity Day, I would like to bring to the attention of the community the causes of obesity. Causes of it is so important because if you know what causes it, that can help you prevent it. You know, ways to handle that stress that you go through. Sometimes it's in your genetics, watching your patterns, your culture, the way that you are brought up as well can help you shape the future that you want, a healthy lifestyle. Another thing is that a lot of people don't know truly what obesity is. A lot of people think that it's just simply being overweight, but it is far more complex than that. Me, myself, if I'm weighing 200 pounds at a certain height, for me, that could be obese. If I'm 5'2", weighing 200 pounds, but if I have someone else who's, say, 5'8", weighing that same 200 pounds, that individual would not be considered obese, but I would be because I'm shorter. When you are being diagnosed as obese, the doctor or even yourself, you can do it online, you calculate your body mass index, and which stands for BMI, also known as BMI. Your BMI, if it's over 30, you're considered obese. Another misconception is that being obese and being overweight is the same thing, and it's not. Once again, looking at that BMI, for those that are considered overweight, your BMI is from 25 to 30, whereas being obese is having a BMI over 30, and that's according to the CDC website. Another factor about another definition for what obesity is having more body fat for your height than what is considered healthy. Back to my analogy that I used earlier, if you have a 5'2" individual who weighs 200 pounds versus one who is 5'8" that weighs 200 pounds, the 5'8" individual, their body can handle that 200-pound weight, whereas the 5'2" individual cannot. When you are overweight, when you have all this extra body fat, then that your body can handle, that causes other chronic illnesses, joint pain, arthritis, puts you at higher risk for diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and so many more chronic diseases, chronic illnesses, which is why it's so important that not only do you keep your weight down, for cosmetic reasons, to look good, to look nice, but you also want to do it so that your body can remain healthy, so that you can have a healthy life, and so that you're able to do all the great things that that you enjoy. Additionally, the patient's BMI also determines which class of obesity. There are 3 classes, the third being considered severe extreme obesity. One thing that I would love to address on if we were to have a National Obesity Day is that once you are diagnosed, okay, how do I get to the point where I start to exercise? What exercises should I start off with? If you're already obese and you're already overweight, you don't want to start off by running. You don't want to start off by taking a jog around the block, because that may be too much for your body to start off with. And I want to provide the members of the community of ways that they can start off their healthy journey, whether it's taking the stairs instead of the elevator at work, simple things like that, or, cutting down their portion of food, eating healthier, drinking more water. A lot of people get discouraged when they hear the fact that they're obese, because some of them have been overweight for so long that it's like, okay, change, why should I change? And on this day, how do I change, without getting discouraged, without, losing the motivation? A lot of people start off with it, but then when they look at the scale and they don't see the numbers dropping how they want them to drop, they get extremely discouraged. And on this National Obesity Day, I want to bring attention and applaud those who are putting forth that effort, who are making those small changes to a healthier lifestyle. Another thing that I want to push on this day is that not only does obesity affect adults, but it also affects children. According to Healthline, 1 in 6 children are obese. About 18% of children are obese, and it's really sad, because as a child, you want to be able to get up and run and do those things that you love. You want to run and kick the ball like those that are around you. But if you're obese and you're overweight and you can't do it, that creates depression, that creates sadness that no one should have to go through, especially a child. But if we as adults make those healthier life choices and make those changes as an adult to create a healthier lifestyle, in turn that will help our children and the younger generations, those whom we may or may not know that we inspire, to do the same. If we're like, okay, I'm going to have chips one day a week, that child would notice that and do the same and try to be healthy so that they can have a healthier lifestyle, in turn becoming healthy adults and, inspiring the younger generation beneath them, so on and so forth, to the point where we have most of our Americans back at a healthy weight, living a healthy lifestyle. If there is a day to be dedicated to obesity, one of the things I would hope is that all the health educators and people within the community will come together to learn new things about obesity. Like I said, the meal preps, the ways to become healthier, the ways to lose weight, the types of exercises and the small changes that they can make in their life. And most importantly, come together and appreciate those and applaud those who are attempting, who are putting their best foot forward to make that change in their life. When first beginning the journey, just give them ways to stay motivated, ways to keep pushing when they have a bad day, when they have a day where they're like, you know what, I really want that slice of cake. And it's important that we have a national day to address all those that are going through it. A lot of people shame them and say, hey, you know what, you need to get healthier. But it's a really hard journey. And it's one thing to, it's just important that we bring attention to it and let them know that, hey, you're not alone in this. And we as health educators, us in your community, we're here to help you. And obesity is a disease that's taking over America due to lack of knowledge. And I believe a national day dedicated to obesity will bring awareness and let those that are obese know that, hey, we're here for you. We're going to help you through this. Thank you so much for your time and your consideration. And thank you for listening. And thank you for considering and hearing my side about how we can help decrease the number of obese Americans. Thank you so much for your time and have a blessed day.